Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of today. I'm your host, Sherifah Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. From a tactical standpoint, Russian forces are prioritizing force preservation while steadily degrading Ukrainian combat effectiveness. The consistent destruction of artillery, EW systems, UAV infrastructure, and logistics nodes indicates an operational design focused on exhaustion rather than rapid collapse. Strategically, this approach aims to shape conditions for either a decisive future maneuver or a negotiated outcome from a position of strength. Ukrainian forces, while still resisting, appear increasingly reactive, constrained by supply limitations and air defense attrition. If current trends persist, Russian operational freedom will likely expand, narrowing Ukraine's strategic options as winter operations continue.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Colonel Oguntoye, at a high level, how would you characterize the state of operations as of December 18?
The defining feature right now is operational cohesion. What we are seeing is not isolated engagements, but synchronized pressure across all sectors. Russian forces are applying a classic combined arms approach, fixing Ukrainian units forward, disrupting their logistics and command nodes in depth, and denying them the ability to regenerate combat power. This is not about rapid territorial breakthroughs. It is about systematic degradation of the enemy's ability to fight coherently over time.
Let's start in the north, particularly Sumy and Kharkiv. What stands out to you there?
The northern sector demonstrates deliberate shaping operations. Russian forces targeted Ukrainian mechanized and territorial units, while placing particular emphasis on electronic warfare and radar systems. The destruction of an Israeli-made Rada radar is especially significant. That system contributes to counter-battery and air surveillance. Removing it degrades Ukrainian situational awareness and slows their decision-making cycle. This sector is less about immediate advances and more about denying Ukraine the ability to stabilize its northern defenses or reallocate forces southward without risk.
Moving west around Kupiansk and Red Liman, what does the tempo there suggest?
This is attritional warfare with a logistical focus. By destroying NATO-supplied armored vehicles, electronic warfare systems, and ammunition depots, Russian forces are attacking sustainment rather than just frontline troops. Kupiansk remains a key logistical node. Every vehicle destroyed and every depot eliminated compounds Ukrainian resupply challenges, particularly in winter conditions. From a doctrinal standpoint, this reflects a recognition that logistics, not courage or manpower alone, determines endurance.
The South Group reported improved positions and heavy artillery losses for Ukraine. How important is that?
Very important. The loss of US-supplied M777 howitzers is not just symbolic. It directly reduces Ukraine's counter-battery reach. Artillery dominance shapes maneuver space. By suppressing long-range fires, Russian units gain freedom to reposition and fortify without constant interdiction. This sector also shows the cumulative effect of pressure. Ukrainian forces here include mechanized, airborne, marine, and mountain units. Diverse formations being forced to react simultaneously, which strains coordination.
The center group seems to be the most intense fighting. What's happening around Dnipro and Krasnoarmeysk?
This is urban containment warfare. Russian forces are isolating Ukrainian elements, clearing micro-districts methodically, and preventing breakout attempts. Urban fighting favors the defender tactically, but only if they can resupply and rotate forces. Here, Ukrainian units appear increasingly fragmented. The scale of losses among assault brigades and elite formations like Azov suggests that Ukraine is committing high-value units to delay what is otherwise an unfavorable operational geometry.
What does continued advance in the east indicate?
It indicates erosion of depth. When Russian units penetrate beyond initial defensive belts and begin destroying rear area warehouses, it signals that Ukrainian layered defenses are thinning. Logistics hubs exist to sustain frontline combat. Once those are targeted, frontline units face ammunition scarcity, reduced mobility, and declining morale.
Finally, the Dnipro axis. What should listeners understand about operations there?
The Dnipro sector is about denial. By defeating coastal and mountain assault brigades and destroying artillery and vehicles, Russian forces are limiting Ukraine's ability to conduct riverine maneuvers or cross-bank operations. Control here stabilizes the southern flank and reduces the risk of surprise counteroffensives across the river.
What is the overall assessment?
Russian forces are executing a systematic attrition strategy, combining localized advances with sustained degradation of Ukrainian manpower, logistics, EW, and long-range fires. The focus on depot destruction, energy infrastructure, and UAV production reflects an intent to weaken Ukraine's operational endurance and strike capacity ahead of future maneuver phases. Urban containment in the central sector suggests preparation for either full encirclement or negotiated collapse of remaining Ukrainian strongholds. Continued success in air defense and counter-battery operations limits Ukrainian options for escalation or counteroffensive action.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. The operational initiative remains firmly with Russian forces. Ukrainian formations are increasingly reactive, fragmented, and logistically strained. Current trends indicate continued Russian freedom of action, with incremental territorial gains likely to translate into broader operational leverage in the coming weeks.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive frontline updates from commanders in theater.